You know that sinking sort of feeling in your stomach that you get when you see someone that you might look up to, or see someone that, is already your age or younger and is already more successful than you, or already made some shit that you wish you made. That's what just happened to me right now, and it's happened to me a few times before. But now I'm starting to get a little bit older, to the point where a lot of the people I look up to in terms of like, not everyone, but like, a few people I look up to in terms of creative shit or whatever the fuck, have already like sort of made a lot of notable things or had some notable impact or seen some modicum of success, by my age when I haven't. And you hear this thing a lot of time about people saying, you shouldn't compare yourself with other people, you should only compare yourself with the past version of you and just try to improve from the person you were yesterday or a month ago or a year ago, right? And that advice isn't completely useless. I think that advice is valid. But I also think to a certain extent, it is kind of, not maybe not like an obsessed sort of level, but you should be comparing yourself to other people in certain aspects, right? And obviously it's not healthy to compare yourself to like every other person in the world who might have come from a higher socioeconomic status or have been given more opportunities in the human life or been born at the right time. Shit like that isn't really healthy, because then you're just comparing yourself to something that's completely unrealistic, and you can't really do anything to improve in that regard. You're just sort of comparing yourself to something that's impossible to live up to. But I do think you should compare yourself to people like your peers or the people around you or your friends. Either when it comes to like a hobby or an interest or a sport or whatever the fuck, programming, whatever the fuck, or even just like normal life shit like, like getting a job, building a career, getting a girlfriend or whatever the fuck, right? And it shouldn't be like a source of obsession or like insecurity or jealousy. Obviously, that's taking it too far. It's sort of a fine line you have to walk between, having some competition with somebody you consider friendly, but also acknowledging that everybody sort of develops at their own pace, right? But if you really want to like, I guess, like do great things in life, or want to, not even just like, I'm not talking about like being a fucking, the most amazing person in the world, but just being like a above average person, or at least in some regard in your life, right? Maybe not overall, but in some regard wanting to do something significant or make something significant, right? Then I think comparing yourself or comparison to other people is something that's needed to a certain extent to, I guess, keep track of your own progress in comparison to others. Like whatever you want to do in life, or whatever you feel like is, I mean, not even like your purpose, because I think that's kind of limiting, but like anything that you want to pursue or excel at, Because I've gotten a few comments on some of my videos talking about how, like a lot, I know like some people that watch, or a significant portion of people that watch my videos do like creative stuff, or do like programming, or do whatever the fuck, as like a hobby, or even as like what they're studying in school, or I mean, I hope if you take anything away from this video, it's to actually take direct action into building a life that you want to live, right? Which isn't like a huge one moment cinematic thing that like the movies show you, but it's kind of like a very slow, boring process into building shit up to where you want it to be, right? Like, I don't really think I've made anything of real note or significance so far in my life, which hopefully changes soon. I think before I turn maybe like 24, which is in like 4 years or so, that'll change. Hopefully like, Osaka OS or some other thing is like, I build it up to be like something great or something notable that is worth like having people appreciate, right? On this channel I try to strike a balance between what I want to make and what I think people want to see. And sometimes I lean too far in other directions. Sometimes like I'll make some shit that I didn't really want to, like, I didn't really care about, or I thought was like garbage, but I just put it out anyways because I thought people would enjoy it. And I'm trying to do that less, because I don't really care about being like a YouTuber. I don't really care about, like if I wanted to make videos with more, I guess, to get more eyes on it and higher viewer retention, I could definitely do things in my videos to change that. But I don't really care about being known for like good commentary videos or anything like that. I feel like the only people who like make videos like this are just people who want to talk to themselves. Like if someone makes a better commentary video than me, you know, I don't really give a shit. Like you can make whatever, like I don't really care. You can make as many whatever the fuck. There's plenty of million something or like 100,000 subscriber channels who make a living off of commentary videos, and that's fine. Personally, you know, I'm just like, these videos are more so just like to get my own personal thoughts out there on whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And only like I'm found just like a small audience of people enjoying it, you know. I mean, that kind of sounds like cope, but you know, I mainly just do these so it's like something to listen to or something to watch in between like all the other shit that I do. But you know, when I see someone make a better commentary video than me, I don't really care. But if I hear like someone my age who is from like my same, I guess, background, you know, and made something better than me, or like made better music than me, or made like a better piece of software than me, then I'll actually care and feel like I guess that'll like fuel my own ambition or like competitive sense. That's really the only thing I really like care about being competitive in, is just being better at others and like more general shit like that, I guess. You know, I never really cared about sports or video games and being competitive and that. Like that shit was just like kind of fun or entertainment. Because, you know, the shit I post on this channel is like, you know, the only stuff I really take seriously, to be honest. And comparing myself to other people in that regard is like the only thing that kind of fuels my ambition or fuels my ability to want to make shit that's like actually good. Because I'm like kind of naturally low in ambition or positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement, shit like that. Like people saying, oh, good job, or oh, this sucks, or whatever, it never really like, you know, had really an effect on me. I mean, it lets me know like whether or not what I'm doing is socially approved, or whether or not like I should improve some shit or do whatever the fuck, right? But you know, it never really had like a huge motivating factor to me. I guess like having people like actually be invested long term is more of a motivating factor than like positive comments. You know, even though I appreciate them and things like that, but everybody has their own, I guess, source of ambition or motivation, right? Also, I just want to add this onto the video real quick. If you ever notice that when you're using, you know, ad blocker, like a uBlock Origin, right? Which I hear they're taking out of Chrome, or like they're changing like the Chrome engine to kind of fuck over, right? Which kind of sucks for people that use Chrome, but I use Firefox, right? So whatever. Anyways, if you ever notice you're using YouTube with an ad blocker and you notice the comments load real slow, all the elements are loading real slow, install a user agent switcher as like an extension. Change it to Yandex, any version of Yandex, and then reload the page with the ad block on. It'll be perfectly fine, you know. At least it was for me. Maybe it's just like placebo or whatever. I don't really. It loads. It generally does load faster for me ever since I switched to Yandex. Or I made YouTube think I switched to Yandex, right? I'm still using Firefox. So you know, I guess that's one positive thing the Russians did. You know, they made a browser that is, you know, used to work around the YouTube antitrust, you know, bullshit. So I guess it's just a little piece of advice to end off the video.